Hello, dear ones. It is so good to be with you today. And what I want to reflect on with you today is marking, this anniversary of COVID arriving into the Twin Cities and inexorably into the lives of everyone around the planet. Of course, the pandemic had already been other places, but it was this previous week when we saw our first cases in the Twin Cities. And I remember worshiping on the 8th thinking, oh, we'll at least have a couple more weeks. There's no way that we would be shutting the church, even though I was aware of the history and that Unity Church shut its doors in 1918 in response to the flu pandemic. But even with that knowledge, when the executive team met that following Tuesday, I said, as we considered the possibility of closing our doors, I said, you can't take this away from me. You can't say that I will never be worshiping with these people in person, face to face, in an embodied way, that we will not sing together. You cannot tell me. And I cried. Now, I don't cry very often in the executive team meetings. As a matter of fact, it may have been one of the only couple of times I've ever cried in one of these meetings. But I cried because I couldn't imagine, as if it was a matter of will and that I could make it so. Of course, I couldn't, because what was much more important was the safety of everyone in our larger community, not just the Unity community, but the whole community of our nation. So that was Tuesday. On Thursday, we decided to close the church. And I remember thinking, we will never gather with these people person to person again. And I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I've missed most in this year. We continue to gather, we continue to have interactions over Zoom, but what I miss, one of the great luxuries that we experience both as worship associates and as clergy, is we are in the chancel and we look out onto the gathered community, and over the course of the worship hour, we see your lives' narratives sometimes unfolding before our very eyes. We see moments of grief, we see moments of joy, we see moments of reflection, we see you taking in new ideas, we see you go inside yourself. So we have this whole narrative of varying voices that we see each Sunday. We see your faces. I miss that so much. I miss the interactions in the receiving line. I miss saying hello. I miss coffee hour. But what I miss most is singing. I miss all of us singing. When we first arrived at Unity, so much of the focus was on the choirs. And it was worth focusing on. Unity's choirs are remarkable. But it was that congregational singing that meant so much to me when we all raised our voices in song, or many of us raised our voices in song, because up in the chancel we can see those of you who refuse to sing. And I hope when this community gathers again in person, that those of you who would not sing because you were so sure your voice could not contribute anything will dare to raise your voice in song, because no one cares, because all of us blended together make a beautiful, beautiful sound. I was talking to a colleague last week. They are contemplating an outdoor worship service in June. And I said, you do know you can't sing. It's not safe. And she said, oh, I know. She said, but the sad thing is, Jan, even if they tried to sing, they can't. They don't sing like Unity does. And I went, you think so? And she said, are you kidding me? Unity sings so well. And I thought, you're right. They sing so well together. Voices raised in song. And that's what I hope for you. That when you are together again, you will raise your voices in song and sing out boldly and sing for life, sing for all that we have seen, and know that you are